Dosanjh, who's joined us now. He wasn't able to make it on Monday. So as you probably know, NERSC is providing a lot of the compute resources. I'm from NERSC, etc., for running a lot of the tutorials, and we also have a lot of AI for science activities. I've been NERSC about 10 years. Sudip's been director of NERSC for 12 years, is it? Yeah, and before that at Sandia, long career in HPC. And NERSC has run several, brought in several systems, including Perlmutter, which is really kind of focused on AI and really has helped our ability to focus on AI for science. So thanks for joining us today. Okay, welcome. Shall I just stop your share?
Okay.
Can I just stop in there?
Yeah, so I wanted to welcome you all. Wahid said, keep my comments really short because I'm standing between you and coffee and snacks. And so I don't want to get in the way. But anyway, I do think I was very excited we were able to do this again. I guess we had done one of these in 2019. And then there was, of course, the pandemic. And then so we skipped it for a couple of years. But I'm really excited that in partnership, NERSC in partnership with the data division, we've been able to revive this. My hope is that this will be kind of a regular event. So, a little bit about NERSC, you'll hear more, I guess, from Shashank tomorrow, but a couple things that are unique about NERSC. One is that we actually don't pick our users. So some of the supercomputing centers actually will deploy a system and then will put out a call for time on their systems, and so they can kind of select who's on their systems. And so for NERSC, our allocations are actually done by DOE. So we can't just ignore our users or get a new set of users. We have to take our users with us to next generation systems. And as we deploy new capabilities, we want our users to be able to take advantage of those. Kind of the other thing that's unique about NERSC is that we have lots of users. We have 11,000 users. And so that's the most of any supercomputing center. So, we love to have highlights. We've been fortunate that a number of our users have won Nobel Prizes. And so we always kind of brag about that. The Secretary of Energy recently came and got to meet, two people who are NERSC users who won Nobel Prizes. And so that's always great. But then again, if you have 11,000 users, that's not enough. You really need to have this broad impact on thousands of users and hundreds of codes. And so that's one of the things we really work on is how do we take kind of the lessons learned that we have gotten from deep engagements, deep science engagements with particular teams, and then kind of impact the much broader community. And so we focus a lot on training. And so this is kind of part of that, because this is, hopefully taking some of the lessons our teams have learned and then making those lessons available to all of you so that you can kind of effectively use either NERSC systems or other systems. And so training and education are really kind of critical. The other critical thing is that, we have about 60% of our users are early career. They're either students or postdocs. And so we also want those people to be trained because we get new users every year because, postdocs go off and go do something else and students graduate. And so there's always kind of this influx. And so we get lots of tickets, we get lots of people wanting help. And so these kinds of training events are really kind of a key part of our strategy. So if you found it useful, I'm sure there'll be a survey at the end. And so it'd be really great to hear your thoughts, especially, if you write comments, that's really very useful to us. And if you think this was really valuable and something we should continue. I mean, this is a lot of work on the part of the organizers. And I know, they all have other things that they have to do as well. So anyway, it's a lot of work. And so I think if you are really happy, well, either way, if you think we shouldn't be doing this or doing something else, that's helpful. But if you think this was really valuable, your comments would really help make sure that we kind of continue to do these. And so anyway, welcome. There's lots of food. Wahid is always very good at food. So anyway, if there are any questions, I'd be happy to take them. If not, I don't want to stand in the way of. Okay, great. Well, welcome. And I hope that was short enough, Wahid. Okay, 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 okay. And there's okay, okay. And there's like I said, there's coffee and food outside. So welcome.
So yeah, get your coffee, and we'll be back at 11.